Kia ora whanau, and welcome to another episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your ever-loving host, Alex Costas, and today we are going to talk about Sharesies and specifically my investments. Last time I did an update on my KiwiSaver. As you can see, my KiwiSaver has grown a little bit since you last saw it. And now we're going to talk more about the investment side because I only get 30 minutes recording each time, so I want to make sure I'm giving each of them the proper thing that it is. First, let's get through all the fun stuff. You can email me at my email address, doncostas@gmail.com. That's DONCOSTAS@gmail.com. You can also find me on our website, www.costasenterprises.business.blog. And you can find this episode not only on YouTube, but also on Spotify through Costas Enterprises, the tag. And so we will also be talking about a code that I will put at the bottom, which is basically how you can get an extra $5 for your Sharesies if you are just starting up. Just a way to share the aroha, basically, which is this little icon here. So let's dig right into it, shall we? First of all, you can also find me on @thekiwidon, both on Instagram and on Twitter. You can also find our coconut wax candles, which I'll just very quickly show you. We've just made this little guy here, Pikachu. These are on our website, not the creme brulees. They are coming for Armageddon, which is happening very, very soon in Christchurch and also in Wellington. So you can see me live there. But you can go to our website, www.anyengarden.com. That's www.anyengarden.com. And you can find our candles there as well. So let's dive straight into this. So first and foremost, you'll see that we'll just do a quick summary of what you're seeing. So my total investments at the moment are $116,320.39. That consists of currently $10,823.01 in my investments, which is what we're going to look at today. My house deposit of 79 cents, because I don't really need that. Kids saving account for our little girl that's going to be born soon of $2,459.32. That money is going to go into a KiwiSaver for her as soon as I get it to the amount that I want to get it to. Vietnam trip is 7 cents. And my KiwiSaver, as I said, is now $102,973.96. We looked at this one before. We're going to look at this one now. So, as you can see, just from the front screen, you'll see that I have 32.62% return. So that means that the total amount I've put in so far is $8,252.66. And from that money that I've invested in what I've invested in, you can see the graph is going up, but it also means that my actual return is $2,692.41. So I'm not even at a full 10K invested per se, but I am getting there, as you can see. So first and foremost, you'll see that I've got a couple more that I am trying. That's why some of them only have $1 in them, including these ones down here. So these are when I'm saying this stuff, this is what I'm currently investing in. Some of the stuff I am testing. So always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just doing what I've learned and what works for me. You'll see that some are in the negative, some are in the positive. So I take that as part of the things that I'm trying to learn and try to go from there, basically. So first and foremost, this is one of my newest ones. This is First Trust Buy Right Income. Now, the reason why I've got, I'll point them out first. First, there's this one here, First Trust Income, FTHI ticker symbol. Wisdom Tree US High Dividend, DHS ticker symbol. Sabrine Royalty Trust, SBR, and then Realty Income, O, ticker symbol O, and Main Street Capital Corp, ticker symbol MAIN or Main. So those 5 are basically in here because I've been looking at YouTube videos and they've said that these are monthly paying dividends, and you guys already know that I love Realty Income for that exact reason, so that every month I am getting more money coming in and basically building that stock up just a little bit. So That is why there's only like $1 in each of these. Now, I only bought these like a day ago, 2 days ago, I think. So that's why they're very short. And I've only got $1 in there at the moment just to see how they track, which is why there's such small amounts in there. So, first we've got First Trust information. So, as you guys know, so you can see all of our funds and our companies here. We will go through these separately, and we will do that by going into here first. So, first and foremost, as I said, you can see I've got a buy order for a little bit more. Basically, I'm just trying to get to a full share at this stage. And at the moment, the First Trust Buy Right Income ETF is an electronic traded fund. Ticker symbol, as I said, at the moment is FTHI, and it is on the NASDAQ share market. And it talks about how the fund provides current income. You can see it's had sort of a up and downward spiral, but it basically you are buying. If you buy this fund buys options of other companies and other businesses. So it is quite. It can do quite well, but also it can do quite bad. So it's one of those ones where it is quite a risk, which is why I'm still testing it. Um, you'll see that the gross dividend yield is 8.51%, meaning for every share that you own, you can see it's about $1. It's about 17 cents per share that you own, and at the moment, it is probably one of the cheapest out of the ones that I've just bought at $23.74 per share US. Again, this is all US. The beauty of Sharesies is you can put your money in, and if you want to buy into a US share, they will automatically convert that for you. Really, really helpful. It's included in the price when you put your money in. So if you want, say, $20 in a share, make sure you put just a little bit extra so it takes that extra part as well. That's if you're going to buy any shares at all. And you can see at the moment it is down 1.82%, which meaning I'm down 24 cents. So I'm currently sitting at $12.76. So this is based on my investing history. As I said, I bought it like a couple of days ago. However, if we go to the overview, you can see that it's had sort of an upward trend for the most part in the last year. If we go to the last 5 years, you can see the highest it was about 24. It's now sitting at 23.7, so it's almost at the highest as what it was. It did have a massive drop in 2020 because, let's be real, COVID did a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's on one of my things that I'm trialing. So yeah, it's still way too early to talk about how, I've probably bought it quite high, let's be real. But at this stage, I'm very much in the mindset of Warren Buffett, where he says, you either buy now or you don't buy at all, and then you blame later. And so, yeah, that's what I've done. Now, Microsoft, the reason I bought this Microsoft was to show someone how to buy shares. So I already invested in a lot of ETFs and technology funds that already have Microsoft in their portfolio, so I don't need Microsoft in there. That's why there is only $10 in there, and I'm down 6 cents. It's not a biggie. But as you can see, per share is $414.77 US per share. And the ticker symbol for that Microsoft is MSFT, so obviously Microsoft. And so they do dividends as well, 0.81%. You can see that there is one due on the 20th of February, so I won't get much for that. So let's be real, I'll probably get a cent, if that, or less than a cent, because I only have $10 in there. But you can see overall, over the last couple of years, it has had an increase in the every sort of year. It doesn't seem to increase, which it's a pretty safe bet. Microsoft have been around for quite a while, and their shares have been going strong for quite a while as well. And you can see like they pay 4 times a year. So February, May, August, and 21st of November. So at the moment, if you're going to get one on the 21st of December, from that date, it looks like it'll be 83 cents, probably until the next November when it will increase. So not too bad, basically. And as you can see, in February, it will be a 83-cent month as well per share. As I said, I have $10. It's not going to be that much because I don't have $414 in there. Next one we've got is the Smart Bitcoin ETF, and this is based on the New Zealand Stock Exchange version of the Bitcoin ETF. So it's just following one of those trends. I'll be honest. I've previously tried my hand at a little bit of crypto. I've tried my hand at NFTs, and this is just in there just to try the market, see what it's like. You can see that if we go to the overview, there is no dividend yield. This is literally just started up the last, like, basically in November, and I bought it, reasonably early in there, and I haven't really put anything else into it. At the moment, I've got $42.07 in there. I own 11 shares, and it's down 0.61%, meaning I'm down 26 cents. As I said, there are no dividends or anything for this, but the ticker symbol for this is BTC on the New Zealand Stock Exchange. The next one we've got is the Wisdom Tree US High Dividend Fund. As you can see, the main reason I've got this, it is a high dividend index fund, and they pay 3.53%. They do pay this monthly as well, which is why I am doing it. So you can see 33 cents, 21 cents, 36 cents, 37 cents, all that sort of stuff. So not bad, not bad. It does fluctuate quite a bit. So as you can see, this one was 0.04 cents in December, but 0.12 cents. So it is one of those ones where it is going to fluctuate quite a bit. It is currently sitting at $98.31 US per share. Ticker symbol is DHS. And as you can see, it sort of goes into Johnson & Johnson and all these other sorts of ones as well. PepsiCo. So, yeah, at the moment, my investment is $1. As I said, I'm still just in that. So, yeah, I'm not expecting much for this, but this could be one of those ones that I look at buying in the future. Again, it is one of those ones that pays every month, which is why I've basically put the dollar in there just so I know what I'm going to be trying to invest in the future. I do have a goal for each of my shares that I want to get it to, and then go from there, basically. Next one, same deal. This is Sabine Royalty Trust. They are also $69.35. Ticker symbol SBR, again on the New York Stock Exchange. Currently down 0.43%, so no return at the moment. It's $1. They basically deal on royalties. So again, with all these monthly payment ones, I'm still trying to diversify the ones that I'm doing for. And as you can see, the dividend yield is 7.99 cents. So that's not bad. As you can see, the next one is 43 cents per share. That's honestly not too bad. You can see it fluctuates a lot. So it depends on how much royalties they're getting. 31 cents, 51 cents, 43 cents. So it's not consistent, but you can see what is consistent is that it is paying almost every month. So that's a pretty cool feature to have, and it is probably one that I will be looking at putting more into in the future. Then we come to my favorite, Realty Income. This is the first one that I discovered that actually does monthly payments. And so, as you can see, it is currently $55.67. So it has gone down from when I originally bought it. As you can see, I bought it, quite high a year ago. So I bought it when it was kind of at its highest, which didn't help, which kind of screws up my numbers. But ticker symbol is just zero. When we go to your investment, you can see I have $1,016. I am currently down $2.64, minus $2.64. So I am my investment value is $993.20. And I currently own 17.8 shares. So because of that, as you can see, they give me a dividend. So a dividend of around about $3.16 at this stage. Which doesn't sound like much, but when you see that they only give a dividend of 26 cents per share, $3.16, my goal in the future is to have, close to $10,000 worth of stock in each of these monthly payments. So they're basically earning me a share every month after that, which I know doesn't sound like much, but when you think about it over the time, if it's just going to keep compounding and it's going to grow and grow and grow, then that $55 becomes 60, becomes 70, and then each of those would do the same thing. So yeah, that is my goal, to work with those sorts of ones. The Vanguard Information Technology Index is the next one. So this is ticker symbol VGT. You guys know I love Vanguard. Currently $643.62 per share. And as you see, when you hover over it, you get to know an estimated amount of how much the New Zealand is. So that's basically $1,120.77 per share in New Zealand dollars. So yeah, that's almost double. And you can see I bought it here. It is It was down for a little bit. It looks like it's just evening out for me in a bit. My investment, I am up 45 cents, so up 0.27%. I have $170 in there at the moment. The main reason I've got this one is to get things like dividends and all that sort of stuff. So it is one of those ones where I want to grow this as I can. And then this money will go towards our trip to Vietnam later in the year, which is the goal. Right, the next one is Main Street Capital Corp. As I said, I currently have like $1 in here at the moment. It is up 1 cent, so I'm up 0.92%. Again, this is one of those ones that I've just bought and I'm waiting. You can see I've done a market. I've got a market buy waiting for this of $21. And then that's just to get me closer to this one share. So when we go to here, ticker symbol is MAIN, MAIN, as in the main street, for example. But the gross dividend stats are 4.83%. Excuse me a moment. So that is 25 cents per share. As you can see, it pays 30 cents a share, 25 cents, 25 cents. So it does fluctuate, but you're still getting at least 24 to 25 cents per share per month, which again doesn't sound like much, but over the year it'll grow. Oh, sorry about that. Right, the next one we go, ANZ Group Holdings. So this is basically one of our New Zealand banks that we've got, and you can see I haven't bought it in a while, and it did grow. It went down and it grows. So in a year, it's done pretty well. Last time I bought it, it was $31 a share. It is now $32.41, but the highest it went is around about $36.20 per share. This is one of those shares where you actually get more money from the dividends over time, like 91 cents, almost $1 New Zealand per share, than you would if you were investing in the savings in the bank. Basically, you're going to get more over time through our banks, through investing in them, rather than using the shares rather than using the banks with their actual interest rate and savings, which is just funny. So as you can see, I've got $114 here and 21 cents in there, up 2.29%, which means I'm up $2.61, and I own roughly 3 shares of this ANZ group. Next one, we go to Costco. So this is my favorite. As you guys know, it's one of those ones where after doing the research, I'm really, really happy with where it's at. It's currently sitting at $1,062.54 a share. When I first bought this, you'll see that it was down at $737 a share. It's now, it's just rocketed, which is crazy. So they have a 0.44% dividend. As you can see, for every share, you get $1.16 US. Not bad, but then every so often, as you can see, in December 2023, they did a $15 share, a $10 share. So this isn't guaranteed, but for every share, if you're going to get a massive amount every couple of years, no one else really does that. So as you can see, I've got an upcoming dividend on the 21st of February, which is going to be 56 cents, which is not bad for what it is. When we go to my investment, you can see I've put in $715.03. It is up 19.98%. So you can see there has been quite a jump from the 0.2 from ANZ to 19 is my next one that's going up. And you'll see that grow as well. And so basically I am up $142.86, remembering that I don't have a full share here either. So my total value is $856.96. So that's why the importance of compounding and all that sort of stuff is so important with this. And my goal is to get this to at least 1 share in the next basically 2-3 months. It's one of those things. Next one is City Office REIT, which is the real estate investment trust, which you guys know I've used as well. So this one pays. So this is $5.90 per thing, and I've bought it at when it's high, when it's low. It's currently it's currently up a little bit, which is good. But the gross dividend yield is 7.89%, meaning I'm getting roughly 10 cents per share, which is not bad when it's only $5 a share. Now, ticker symbol is CIO for City Office REIT. And a REIT is basically a real estate investment trust. And what that means is it's basically these guys own a set of buildings wherever they are, usually in the US, and then they, for everyone that sort of lives in those buildings or hires out those commercial properties, in this case, these guys are mostly commercial properties, they get paid the money for that, and then they put that onto the shareholders as well. So it's one of those ones where over in the US, you have a 401k, and then in order, if you want to, because the 401k, which is your retirement fund, sort of is capped, you can then put money into a city office, or you can put money into a REIT or a real estate investment trust. This is the one that I'm just trying because it's the only REIT I really found. So I've put $114.58 in. It is up 21.57%, meaning I've got 25 shares. So basically a quarter, which is not bad. And I'm up $24.71 on that, meaning my total value is $128.95 US again. Next one we go to is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is currently $70 per share. As you can see, the ticker symbol is KO, which you'd think it'd be CO. It's not. Coca-Cola is one of those ones where, I mean, when Warren Buffett has 10% of Coca-Cola in his portfolio and it nets him billions per year, I mean, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. You can see I bought it quite low. Now, I was stupid. I had a couple of shares before this. I sold them. I should have held on to them. Would have done a lot better. I kept basically one share. The gross dividend yield is 2.81%. As you can see, their last one was 48 cents per share, or 48.5 cents. So again, we're not talking mega bucks with these dividend shields, but they do help. Next one we go. So the investment wise, I have put in $360.98. I am up $85.48, which is 23.68% return. But this means that my total value is $433.43 US in Coca-Cola. So that's 6 shares basically. And again, that's one of those ones where I do want to put up to $1,000 in Coca-Cola at one point and then just build it. So basically, my goal is to get all of my shares to at least 1,000 if I can, apart from this one here, which I can't. So this is Berkshire Hathaway. So this is Warren Buffett's main company. As you can see, it is $725,557.16 per share. I currently have $163 in there. From that $163, it has gone up $44. So it has a 27.03%, meaning my value is $207.06. So this is one of those ones where we can no longer buy this share, and you are only allowed to sell it. This is one of those ones I would not be selling for a long time until I actually needed the money. Why? Because as you can see, for the $163 and it's up 27%, like this is one of those ones that will just keep growing. I wish at the time when I was still able to buy some, I would have bought more. Again, I can only learn from these mistakes. Next one is Vanguard S&P 500. So this is the actual US version, which is currently sitting at $563.61 per share. They do have a dividend yield of 1.19%, which is basically $1.73 per dividend per share. And then the next one will probably be March, as you can see. So this is that one that has had a significant growth, 8% growth usually every year. And you can see I bought it over here in 2020. It was one of the first ones I bought, and it invests in a lot of ones. So where is my investment? I have $1,046.40 in there. I am up 27.42%, meaning I'm up $260.87 for this alone, which is $1,314.30. So yeah, it's one of those ones where the dividend I got last time was $2.72. You can see before that $2.55. So it does go up quite considerably as well. And it is this is one of those ones that I tell, if you're wanting to get into investing the first time, you don't know where to start, you start with this. There is a New Zealand version, which I will show you as well, which I've got, but I'll be honest, if you can afford to start putting money into this one, this was the one that I would put it into, because over time, with the exchange rate, the money will be better through the US than it will be in New Zealand. And then the next one we go to is Visa. So as you can see, we've got an upcoming dividend for Visa as well. So Visa is ticker symbol V. Sorry, I should have said ticker symbol for Vanguard 500 is VOO. And that is something really important. You should look at it. The next one is the Visa, which is ticker symbol V. They are $355.23 per share. You can see that I bought it over here in 2023, and it has just gone up since then. And if you look at where it was 10 years ago in 2015, you'd be paying $70 a share. So they do have a 0.66% dividend, and as you can see, for every share that you own, you get 59 cents US. Doesn't sound like much, but because of the way that this grows, that is more why you would want it. So, for example, I've put in $292.55. So, as you can see, I am just over a total share when you count in my return. So, my return is $98.72. That is 33.74%. So, not too bad considering I only did it from December. And that's going to just keep growing and growing and growing. Next one we've got is Smart US 500 ETF. So we talked about the Vanguard S&P 500. This is the New Zealand version of it. So if you are in New Zealand and you don't want to start with the S&P 500, you think you've got too much money for that, you've got this one here. So you could look at buying this at $19.31 or 13 cents per share. You can see I bought this back when it was $8 a share, which is why it is up 55.21%. So I put $563.70 into it. I have 45 units, but I am up $311.24, meaning the total value for this one is $863.96. That is ticker symbol USF on the New Zealand Stock Exchange. Then we've got Smart US Large Growth Fund, which is ticker symbol USG. Again, this is the US Large Growth Fund, but this is the New Zealand version of that. So, as you can see, it's currently $13.97 per share. The dividend yield has stopped, so they haven't paid a dividend since 2022, which is fine. You mainly have this because of the way that it's grown. And as you can see, I bought it back at $5.70. It's now $13, so I am up 66.6%. So my total units, I've got 135 shares of this. So if they do start paying out dividends, then I would get quite a good mini payout for that as well. But overall, I've put $1,135.24 in. I am up $756.11, meaning my total investment value for this is $1,890.93. So when you look at it totally, if we go back, that'll take us back to the first one. So, as I said, the total amount I put in, $8,252.66. I have a return of 32.73%, sorry, meaning I'm up $2,701.13, equaling my total of $10,834.57. Now, I will be giving sharing a Sharesies refer a friend, which is this thing here. So I will put this code at the bottom. And then if you want to sign up, you can click it, sign up, and then you will get $5. I will get $5. So I'm not going to lie about that. You guys do get something. Next time, I will probably do another video on KiwiSaver, but it might be a couple of times away, just a little bit further away. You can see it is growing pretty crazy, which is just amazing. I do encourage people, please hit me up if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to talk about this. In fact, I have a passion talking for this. That's why this is the episode that's going up now instead of anything else. I really want us to grow as a community, basically, and I want people to get out of debt. I want people to be able to save money for their future. It's so important, I think. But until next time, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you. And one more thing. Don't forget Magic Mind. Use my code Costas20. They will very, very shortly be launching the Sleep Elixir. I'm very excited to try that when it comes, if it comes. I really do find that Magic Mind does help me. I used it in Christchurch quite a few times and gave quite a few away as well, which was really